You see? That's the kind of zippity-doo-dah that makes today's young people so darned interesting.
Codswallop, Jack. Their foolishness is only going to get them in trouble.
What, you're in favor of the poverty tax? Why don't you tax the lame while you're at it? Maybe you can force those lazy bastards to walk.
Of course I'm not in favor of the tax, but I'm equally opposed to those young girls risking their lives in your name.
Codswallop.
Oh, dear. It's going to take more than zippity-doo-dah to get them out of this one. Jack?
You three, halt! Mon petit, you seem to have mistaken this boat for the Louvre.
Bonjour! You want to expose yourself to art? You've come to the right place. Oh, you got paint on your sleeve. Here, have a new coat. So much for your brush with greatness. Oh, ladies, please. Two at a time.
My hero.
Oh, come on. They're harmless.
Those poor misguided girls hang off the dragoons every word, Jack. And his influence isn't helping them.
Oh, what do you mean? They're getting out there and they're taking the frog by the legs. Besides, young people need role models.
Proper role models don't run around telling impressionable young minds to, and I quote, keep sticking it to the man.
Well, I'm not going to run around telling them to drink their milk.
Jack, you may not want to hear this, but perhaps the dragoon has outlived his usefulness.
Oh, that'll be the day. You're just jealous because I've got a fan club of worshipers who cherish and adore me.
If I wanted a fan club, I could just as easily run around dressed up in a clown suit, spouting off inanities.
Go for it.
Oh, woe is me.
Hey, JC, what's the matter? You sound horrible.
Oh, after a night of debauchery, I awoke with a splitting headache and a surprise tattoo.
I don't see any tattoo.
And you won't? Unless we make it to a third date, madame. Well, anyway, I bring urgent news. Napoleon has sent an inspector to evaluate the governor's performance and bring a new tax bill for Croak to sign. Vive la...
Tell me when we get to the part where I should care.
Jack, if Croak fails, he'll be replaced by someone who's, well, competent. Someone who could pose a very real threat to the people of this island.
Okay, when the inspector shows up, we'll cork him on the beaner and have him home in time for Bastille Day.
That would hardly help the governor pass the inspection.
Look, I don't think Croak can pass anything except for a couple of kidney stones.
I'm afraid I have to agree with you on this one, Jack.
Well, then let me don my disguise and we'll start cracking some heads.
You'll be donning a disguise, all right. Okay. Don't worry about a thing, Governor. Yes. Oh.
Au gare! To the diamond mine, Pierre. Take care of the Chateau Emilia. We will return in 2 days.
Inspector!
Welcome to Palau Palau, Inspector.
Rivet! Louis Rivet! Who are you?
Amelia Rothschild, local exporter and the governor's close personal friend.
Where's Croak?
Oh, here he comes now.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Had been won, and Uncle Sam's favorite son had a job he needed done.
Which brought Jack to a lady, both beautiful and smart, who found his mix intriguing.
A scoundrel with a heart. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, there was never a leaven
You know, this is never gonna work. I'm out, sister.
Yes, what were we thinking? Only a talented actor could rise to the challenge.
What are you trying to say?
Well, let's face it, Jack, when it comes to acting like an obnoxious oaf, you take the prize, but it's not exactly the same thing as Shakespeare.
I'll have you know, Missy, that my undercover work would be world-renowned if it weren't classified.
Well, let's hope you're right, because it's too late to change our mind now. The inspector thinks you're the governor.
All right. Hey, speaking of which, how'd you get rid of the old croakster anyway?
I started a rumor that a diamond mine was discovered on the island's eastern coastline. Crook and Bragard were gone before you could say greedy buggers. Now, do try to comport yourself with a modicum of authority.
Hey, maybe later you can show me how to hold my pinky while I'm sipping tea?
Now, as long as you don't go into town, no one will recognize you. And if Ribbit asks you to sign a new tax into law, you stall him.
Hey, what do I look like to you, a novice?
Sign the tax bill and take me into town.
Well, Inspector, I have a policy never to sign anything without reading it 200 or 300 times.
Sign it now!
Stay out of town and stall him. Any other bright ideas, Brainiac?
Yes, actually, now that you mention it. Get new partner, return old one to chimp school.
Well, at least this chimp's plan wasn't bananas. Inspector!
How do you find your accommodation?
Dreadful! Where are all my servants?
The governor was kind enough to give his estate staff the day off, right, Governor?
Well, the day Ella gave them the whole week off. As I always say, rested servants are less likely to revolt and stab your eyes out in your sleep.
I should be frank with you, Governor Crack. I am here to evaluate your performance. Your brother is worried that you are an idiot.
He is such a card, the little monkey. I assure you, Inspector, these people live in abject fear of my brutal tyranny.
What kind of trickery is this?